Trackers gonna live the nation, and Spectrum's got such supervision. Na 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 na. M.a.s.k is a mighty power that could save the day. Na 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 na. M.a.s.k, no one knows what lies behind the mask charade. Na 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 na. M.a.s.k, always riding out on Venom's trail. Comes to the laser rays, fire away.
Hey everybody, it's Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and welcome to this episode of Behind the Mask. If you've paid attention to the community at all lately, you might recognize this gentleman. This is Wes from m.a.s.k. He does a lot of customization work out there. A lot of the stuff that you might have seen. There's other customizers as well, but Wes has been really in the forefront of what I understand a lot of this. And the m.a.s.k computer giveaway, he sent those over just out of the kindness of his heart for the channel to help the channel grow a little bit. And from my understanding is that I'm expecting a very large package soon. And my wife's going to divorce me, right? So,
Yeah.
but before we talk about that, so Wes, just talk about, let me know how you're doing, and how you got involved with m.a.s.k.
How you follow m.a.s.k? I have really bad youth, and the thing what I remember was the only thing I remember was m.a.s.k, the Thunderhawk. So I think after a year ago, I buy a Thunderhawk, and I thought I buy only a Thunderhawk and then nothing else. Now you see it now behind me, it's totally out of control. So now I've got every time 5 times complete, and it's getting out of hand. I get 3 rooms full of m.a.s.k, and I have no word for it.
It's not too bad. So you liked it as a kid a lot.
Yeah.
Was the Thunderhawk and Matt-Trakker your favorite, or was there another character?
No, when the Thunderhawk was the first thing that was released over here, and I saw it in the shopping in the shopping mall thing. It was 25 guilders. It was $50, and I saw that and I wanted and I watched the cartoon. I watched also G.I. Joe, but G.I. Joe, I don't like it. So just I like the cartoon, but the quality of the toys is really bad. And the mask is much better. Also, Star Wars, I have all Star Wars. I got everything, but when Phantom Menace come out, the first movie, I thought, what the hell? And I give it all away. So
you didn't like the taxation of trade route storyline or Jar Jar Binks? You didn't like talking? You didn't like all the politics in the movie?
I hate it.
But kids love politics and stuff like that. It works out pretty well. So all right, so you had that when you were a kid. So when did you start recollecting?
About a year ago.
As a year?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm a fan of Matt. I'm a fan. Yeah.
I've been doing this for a while. I got to catch up.
I complete my collection in 3 months.
Wow. Okay.
And then I saw the cartoon, and I saw things that was not to buy, and then like I make it myself. So I met Drake, Patrick, and we going to work to be with each other, and we make this stuff.
Okay.
But the first time I make a custom was I'm a fan from m.a.s.k. So I make the Thunderhawk, so the Interceptor, and I put it on Facebook on your channel. Everybody shout me out. you destroy m.a.s.k, and I really now everybody like it. It's funny how it turns out. It's so weird.
So the thing that's weird about m.a.s.k is that, and this is why it's weird, is that there's been nothing for 35 years. The 2 figures that we had, and nothing, right? So we had nothing to grow with it. So as time progresses with other toy lines and cartoons, Thundercats, He-Man, Turtles, etc. We have the originals, but as they progressed, we didn't really mind the changes that were made over time because we got to grow with them. With M.a.s.k, it's what it was, and that's all we had. There was nothing else to change with it. So when you have like a really drastic change on something, or you're not really faithful to the source material or whatever, it's going to make people react a certain way. And that's just part of it, really. It's unfortunate because it's Kenner, Hasbro, and whoever else's fault that they didn't act on anything over time, essentially. So, but no, your custom work, it's pretty amazing. So to your over your right shoulder, that's apparently what's coming in my house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna have to do something. Well, my wife did ask if it can go outside, so, and I jokingly asked you that just because I was like, where the heck am I going to put this thing?
It's really big. This
But no,
almost 2 meters.
I'm going to be I'll be definitely making space for it, so don't worry about that. It'll be displayed prominently behind me somewhere here. I just don't know where yet. So I appreciate that greatly. Like, the transport jet is one of those things that really, it was a missed opportunity. I think for Kenner, but I can't even imagine what that would have cost
A lot.
to produce, like, back then. What is it?
Boulder Hill was over here was 200 guilders, and I think it was $100 in the US. And if they make that.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I know I covered it in an episode. I think it was it 50, give or take?
Yeah.
$50. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I can post that here when I edit the video. But no, I mean, the size of it, the scale, that's if they produce that, Boulder Hill would have to be 6 times the size in order for the scaling to work, and then that would kind of take it out of context. But no, I'm looking forward to receiving it. I can't wait, actually. But it's, not just what you have there with the transport jet, but you've also made some other creations too. You have the energy room, so the m.a.s.k computers, the shuttle service to go from the headquarters, from Boulder Hill or from the mansion to headquarters. And speaking of the mansion, how's that project coming along?
It's hell. Every time I make it, my printer blow up or something.
It's so big.
It's 3 meters wide, and this really big. And inside the mansion becomes a computer room on all hidden doors and everything. So there's a project that just like the plane.
It's
800 hours.
It's 800 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
And three printers.
Insanity too, I would imagine, because if the printer's going, I'd be like, no, I would just yell at it. But no, it's the mansion will be an interesting thing. Like, are you doing it in pieces, or are you trying to do
yes.
Okay.
First was a big one, but I do it in pieces so people can buy it in pieces.
Okay.
So, but I don't want to make a lot of profit of it. And most of the time, I give my money away or give it away. So I don't want to make profit of it. I want to do it for the fans and not for money.
Yeah, and I will mention that not only did you not want me to pay shipping on that, you sent me that plane for free, and I do appreciate that vastly. It's not every day that you get to come across somebody that would do that, really. And I know it's going to be interesting when I get it here, to say the least. But so you have a mansion, you have that. You also have a shark.
Shark, yeah. The shark was the prototype from Drake, from Patrick.
Okay.
And we know each other. We talk to each other. We don't we all both take customs. So we become friends. And he sent me the prototype, and I finish it.
Okay.
But I must bring it out. But it's complete transform. And it's really nice, but it's not with put things on it. It's really everything can transform. And there's lights on it, everything.
Wow. I can't wait to see the finished product. I don't know if you
Yeah, me
finished
too.
yet. But speaking of Shark, because I want to talk not just about the work you're doing, but I like to talk to the fans about Mask
Yeah,
itself. And
yeah.
I know you watch the show, and we chat. I mean, I'm not in the Twitter chat all the time. I keep forgetting I have Twitter, so I'm sorry about that.
Me
But
not, and I have a lot of followers on Twitter. It's not normal. I've never expected.
I started on Facebook, and it's where it really grew for me, and then I stuck there. I tried to push outwards a little bit, but then I'm like the old person, like these kids and their new technologies. Like Twitter's not new, but I just like I'm going back and forth, and so I do see what you post though in the group chat.
Yeah, I lost my passport for Facebook, so again.
But Shark, and you started recollecting not too long ago, and
Yeah,
I don't know how much you remember as a kid for the cartoon, but
everything. I watch it every day.
were you
Every day I watch it.
disappointed as a kid that Shark and Gloria weren't a toy? Like, did that disappoint you?
Yeah, as kids, I don't remember that. But when I recollected, I saw it, and I thought, "What's the shark?" And I saw Stiletto, and I thought, "What's Stiletto?" And I saw the figure. It looked like Gloria. It was just really weird. So I thought, yeah, I need a shark. So it was weird. Maybe the license from Porsche, and I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. There are so many people that have a meaning about it. I think that the meaning is.
There's a lot of speculation.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. The other thing is that I'm guessing that the executives thought that girls weren't going to play with these toys, but obviously they do. I know a couple that collect them. I bet you do too. So and Lisa and Darcy. So hi guys. So it's funny when you think about it. Like I remember when like I'd be playing with the Masters of the Universe, and my cousins were over, my girl cousins. There was at least like Evelyn and Tila that they could use, if they wanted to stick to their gender, I guess, so to speak. But with M.a.s.k, like I didn't really have. I think I had Manta when I was a kid. It's hard to remember that far back, but everything else was like that's all it was. So if my cousins were over, they had to use that. And it's when you're talking about kids' toys, and when you're an actual kid, it's easier to gravitate towards something that looks like you, so to speak, than it is something else. So it is like I've tried for a long time to talk to anybody that worked at Kenner, just to understand what the thought process was, because I would just love to know. No, like I'm mad about it, but because I don't know the answer. Like when I was a kid, I didn't care. I got all this stuff here sitting here, and I didn't care if my cousins play with Barbie. That was me as a kid, right? But as you get older and you think about it, it's like, wow, I can't believe that happened. It was always something that really was puzzling me, because Shark was in a lot of episodes. So was Gloria. And Vanessa was in a lot too, and eventually she came out in the racing series. Yeah, but
I saw it on your m.a.s.k collection, racing flag, another box to me. My box, I got it also, but on my box it's not a racing flag.
Does it have the sealed logo on it?
Wait to grab it.
I think the sealed logo, I think those were German, and I don't think they had the racing stripe on it. No, wow. So you even have the open logo.
Yeah.
Interesting. We're learning something here today too. I didn't know there was another variation of that box. I thought there was one.
I saw your box and I said, huh? I don't know.
No, I thought the other variation of it was with the closed logo, with the explosion on Rhino, like
the German logo.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was, but apparently not. So that's actually interesting that there's another logo on that. I'll need you to send me a high-res shot of that for the website.
That's cool.
Because so this is what I remember here. Those ones there. When I had the racing, series toys, I had a couple of them when I was younger. I remember the checkered flag, and that was kind of the indicator that this was new, so to speak, when it was out on the shelf, because it helped it stand out a little bit on, the store shelves with that little, it's a red box. We have the checkered flag. But that's interesting that yours doesn't have that. That's
so I saw your box and I really weird.
Huh.
And it was also M.a.s.k, but I don't care about the logo, so I put everything out.
So you got the insert there. Yep.
Everything.
And in the last episode, I was talking with Martin, and he opened up some of the boxes, like he opened up Meteor and like Dynamo, and you look at like the ingenuity of the cardboard. Like Dynamo,
they must throw away.
But it's but still, you look at the ingenuity of the cardboard, like inside. It's kind of crazy when you think about how much engineering went into that cardboard insert, for it to package correctly, to open whatever it's going to do. You don't get that nowadays. Nowadays, it's everything. It's on a open back and twist ties, and
yeah, I know.
That's about it, really. So I think a lot of people take that for granted, that the old ways of packaging, so to speak. But obviously, I would imagine that it's not cost effective nowadays to do that. So, I know Shark was always one of those things that a lot of people wanted and didn't really have the opportunity to have, but through your services, and there's a couple other customs out there, Shark can be purchased, or acquired, and that's really cool. So out of all the custom stuff you've done so far, what's been your favorite project to work on?
The favorite project was the big room with Drake. We were talking each other with the app, and he said we make a cartoon right, correct energy room. And we want to try to make it small, but everything we make is not small.
Yeah. So like, were you initially, were you thinking maybe it would fit like right inside of Boulder Hill? Is that what your thought was, or? Because I know the size is pretty big.
It's just the big as the Boulder Hill. And the other one is smaller, so we.
Okay.
There's a small one and a big one.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's big. Okay.
Yeah, it's really big. But the table in it is really cartoon correct with lights and everything. So and the mass computer is always fun to make it. It takes 10 hours to make one. So, and that's 800 hours. And I got a lot of more customs. I got 188 customs, and all masks, everything I got. But
are you making like replacement parts and stuff too?
Yeah, I've got every repro stuff. What is on Shapeways, I have also and more.
Okay.
I make that for my son. My son have also the complete collection with laser command, everything. But if he play with it, every time with switch bait bomb, I put a repro bomb on it so he can play with it. And after that, I put the original on it. He's destroying everything.
Yeah, I think I see a picture of your son back there that was drawn by somebody, right?
Yeah. Kerouac. Brian.
He maskified some of us.
Yeah, I'm really proud of him.
Yeah, he's done a lot of really good stuff. So with his work, what did you think of the comics? There you go.
Yeah, they are better than a cartoon.
Yeah,
I watch the cartoon every day, and I get this from him, and I thought, oh man, it's really good. And all the original without whack on it. I got it, but I glued it on my other room on the wall, so I must print it again out. But I really love it. The storyline, the colors, everything is old school, and I really love it.
I find it really interesting that, like, guys like you and Brian and everybody else that's in the community, like, have that kind of that passion and the ingenuity and the art. Like, it's all art, really. And to go from drawing, writing the story, it's pretty interesting that could happen from one person, but it did. And it's a breath of fresh air seeing that happen. 2 comic book series, 7 books in all, and all the other artwork that got a better review than the IDW line that was produced, like, and tried to make a comeback. I would, it's really amazing, to say the least. But I don't know. I kind of find it funny that that he basically just, like, maskified me, and then it turned into, like, whatever, everybody else getting something. And I just found that to be funny. Like, I found it like the biggest honor in the world. And then I started seeing, like, everybody else is like, wow, this is really cool to see all this stuff. Like, it's like a stamp of, like, the passion that you have for everything. And it's a really cool way. It's a really cool way to do that. But so a little bit of, like, what's the process like for you for, let's say, something smaller? So I know some of the stuff you had purchased, the layout for and things like that. But, like, if you're making something from scratch and, like, designing it out, what's the process like, really?
I make a replica stuff, and then I take it, I measure it, I draw it, I put it on Fusion or Tinkercad, and then you print it 30 times wrong, and after 100 times you get it right, and then it is good. And most of the time, of not. And if ever make something from the cartoon, you make screenshots of the cartoon from every sides, and then you draw it, and then you Tinkercad Fusion, you make it.
That's a good idea.
When it's ready, it look like shit, and then you can draw it again. So it's really a fun process, and the plane was really helped to make it.
There's a lot going on there. I mean, I don't think anybody really fully understands how much of the intricacies went into that. You can see right there, just by looking at that right side of it, there's so many different items and variants there. Not, it's not just a giant hole that's coming out whole like that. You have to get all those pieces correct, where they fit, and how they're gonna work together. And and I understand, like, I don't make the custom stuff, but for work I do a lot of code. So when I'm developing something at work, I have to go through things where I'm testing. It doesn't work. I test it. It doesn't work. And it's a long process. Not 800 hours worth, but it can be a long process in the same front. So I understand, like, that frustration, but it's got to be even equally more frustrating when you're going through all this stuff and you feel like you're close, and then one of your printers blows up. Like, it's you're not producing it at Shapeways. It's at your house, like, you have it sitting there, and you're making them. So it's got to be hard to get to that point and then have it not work.
Sometimes you get crazy. Sometimes you are 5-day printing, and on 1 hour, and you get a fail print. Oh man, you can do everything again. And with the plane, I have that, I think, 8 times already, and 2 printers are broken for it. So, and I never make it again.
Well, I'm sorry that it was such a pain in the butt. But it's something to really be proud of, though, because you produce something, like, that's not out there. There's other things out there too, like Blackout, and
I get that also.
Yeah. So black out the scorpion that goes on top of Stinger.
Yeah, I got it also. It's 1 meter. It's 1 meter tall, but it's so big. I must make it smaller.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
The magma mole. There's all these things that weren't made that you have the opportunity to create through your artwork, essentially. And I don't know what's the next big project you're going to be working on.
I think I'm going to complete the mansion, and I have by the printers all broke down. I have a lot of complaints about when is my room ready? When is that ready? Everybody thinks you push a button and the room comes out, but it takes 2 weeks, 1 week to make one room. And so now I must make 12 rooms to get my schedule right. But I have now good printers again, so I hope to complete soon everything and send everybody the room.
You're producing all these things. You take the orders in, and then your printers break. It's going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard.
That's also my fault. I wanted to make everybody happy, so everybody order it, and I think it's good. I make it, and then everything goes wrong. So it is also my fault.
Well, once you get those printers back up, full, which you're back at now, I'm sure you'll be cranking them out in no time.
Oh yeah.
I just had a question I wanted to ask. What was it? Crap. I just forgot what it was. I don't remember. Sorry. I'll edit this part out too. No, I just had a question. Like it just popped in my head. You ever have that happen? You ever have that happen? Like you're thinking about something, you're talking, and then you go, I wanted to ask a question. I forgot.
Every day, I said I have different groups, and one in France, one in England. Sometimes I go nuts. Every time everybody asks me everything, and I forget everything.
Oh, what was the question? Oh man.
About T-Bob, room, computer.
Well, I was going to ask you about the T-Bob tattoo.
Oh yeah, it's on my head. On the back of my head.
So we'll pick up there. Maybe it'll pop back in my head. So, sorry, that doesn't happen too often. My mind just went. It's so. Not only are you an avid collector, not only are you creating these really cool customs and getting them out to everybody, you have a tattoo of a character that was drawn by Kerouac. Where's that tattoo located?
On the back of my head. Yeah, I have no. You cannot see it now. It's no hair on it. But I got it on the back of my head. I sent you a photo, and then you can send it.
Yeah, I'll post it up here. How long did that tattoo take? Was that all one day?
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't have any tattoos, but I don't know the timing of how it would go.
Yeah, I have a tattoo shop, so I know the time. So that's why I have so many tattoos, and I have no place. So I think put T-Bob on my head, and next month come m.a.s.k on front of my face.
Wow, it's dedication.
So, yeah. I have no place.
So all right. So the collection behind you.
Yeah.
Are they all sealed boxes?
Yeah.
Wow.
All M.a.s.k, but I opened them all.
Okay. And so inside the cubbies there, inside the shelves, do you have the pictures up behind still? I think you had some pictures, the pictures that Brian had, the ones that he made of the Horizon series. Do you have those up still?
Yeah, I can get it. I got everything. I had in my other room. I had this one, and I put.
I thought I remember seeing them. I thought I remember seeing them behind all the vehicles.
This is the new room. I got the other rooms are too small, so I now have a bigger room. So maybe so you can see it.
Okay. Now this is a different room. Okay.
Yeah, this is really big. But I got everything there, and I got more. I got each one rhinos, 26 Thunderhawks, really a lot. It's an addiction, mask junkie.
Well, I mean, it's good that you have them though, and they're not in the hands of like, another person that's going to try to resell them for high profit or whatever. It's good that a fan is holding on to them in that front. But there is something there's a couple of things I wanted to ask. One is, would you want to join Brian and I one day on, talking overtime? I think it'd be a fun time where we use the wheel as a talking point.
That's good.
And, we do that. Because we cheated last time because we wanted to talk about the chili fine. And I want to ask you about that too. But yeah.
I was pissing my pants. I saw the wheel and everything is chili.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
I was like, we're 2 episodes in and we're already gonna deviate away from the whole thing.
Yeah, but that was really cool.
But in 2, when I get the transport in, I want to have you on as I open it up. So there'll be a follow-up on this as well. Because when I open it up, I might need you to help me put it together.
Oh.
And then you can watch my wife yell at me.
I put the divorce papers with it.
Okay. But no, the chili find, it's pretty amazing. Dynamo was found years ago, but really nobody really wants Dynamo. It's like it's like Billboard Blast, and
Vando.
The fortunate thing is like, this warehouse just full of sealed cases of everything. And did you think it was fake at first?
No, I don't know it was fake. I like it, but at the same time, I thought, fuck, everybody goes buy it and sell it for more. Yeah. And you see it now on eBay, a lot of mantas for much more money.
Yeah, it is a shame, but I know that what they're trying to do is really target the collectors themselves. So, they're trying to do that. It's hard,
it's possible to do that.
Yeah, and like I can, if I wasn't, this channel and the website, I could be like, yeah, I'm a collector, and then I take it and try to resell it. It's hard for them to tell that. So it's not on them. They're doing the best they can with all that inventory, which is going to last 80 years, I think. I thought it was fake at first. I'll be honest. But then I was like, I'm looking at it and I'm going, this can't be fake. I'm looking at the pictures. I was like, who the heck would take all this time to Photoshop 80,000 cases of Meteor boxes? Like,
80,000?
There's a lot. There's a lot of them.
Oh man,
oh no, there's so many cases, sealed cases. There's a lot. I'm exaggerating the number a little bit. I don't know the exact number. I don't think they do either.
I saw a picture on the stair only. So I thought it was a lot, but not.
Oh no, there's other pictures. That there's one. It's just an open shot of the warehouse, and you're going to see cases on cases everywhere, and it's like how the heck did that happen? How did all this? Yeah, how did all this stuff get down there in the sealed packages, like with no fundamental issues at all? And like I said, I got there's proof there. There's 2 of them. Even though Meteor is not that great.
Not that Meteor.
It's I call it owning a piece of history, and I feel like it is. And one thing the m.a.s.k community has over top of the other toy communities like G.I. Joe, etc., is that nothing like that has ever been found. For that I know of, and it's a really cool story. Like, and if you think about it, if it wasn't for the websites and the communities that are out there, maybe that building would have just gotten bulldozed down. Maybe they wouldn't even have cared about all the toys being saved. And it's a really unique concept that to see like that happen. And one of the really cool things would have been like if somebody ever found a warehouse and maybe Shark was actually produced, like, but they're like, you know what? Nobody bought Billboard Blast, so we're putting Shark over here, and in this warehouse. That would be really cool one day. But some people were like, oh, it should have been full of Thunderhawks and Rhinos. I'm like, sure, but it's not. So, okay, but be happy.
It's like a weird combination: Manta, Meteor, Bullet, and another
Iguana.
Iguana,
And there was also Goliath and Buzzard as well.
Yeah.
Goliath's one of my favorites. That would have been really cool. Oh, do you have replacements? Do you have repro of the missiles for Goliath?
Yeah.
Okay.
I send it. Comes good.
Okay. Is it do you have that on Shapeways, or is it something that you're making yourself?
No, I can make it in 10 minutes.
Well, I mean, I know right now you have a backlog of other stuff you need to get done. But if people were looking for reproduction parts, like the hard to find parts,
I got small printers for the Rebel stuff and big printers for the big stuff. So I got 10 printers.
Okay.
So I can make if the other blow up, I can make the other one. And so I have more printers now.
Yeah, and
I have a factory.
If they wanted to get in touch with you, is Twitter the best way?
Yeah, for Twitter
Okay.
and Instagram.
Okay, so I'll put those in the description, so people can reach out to you if they want on that front.
Cool.
So the penetrator mask that you made there, that's the last question.
The penetrator is from Drake. The first time I met Drake. I saw it on eBay and I bought it for him, and we become friends. And I asked him, "How you come? Did I make it?" So we become friends, and he learned me everything about customization, about printers. So everything I have learned is because of Drake.
I can't believe how like realistic it looks. Like it looks.
I can grab it. I have all files. I have Spectrum. I have the Rabbit. I have everything.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, and a lot of people do ask about stuff like that. Like, hey, does anybody make 1-to-1 size masks and stuff like that? And there's an answer. We got at least one guy. I don't know. I think Bjorn does it too, if I remember.
Bjorn Korthoff. He has also the foam mask.
Okay. Oh, those are foam. Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing his display once where he had like, I think it was about 10 of them on display at a
super cool. The Gloria Baker, I love it from him.
No, it's something to really think about. Like, you remember the commercials where you had, the actual live people in it with the vehicles and everything. It looks that realistic. Like when you're looking at that, when you got Hondo or somebody or Matt holding the mask on the side, it's cool to see, like you have that tangible part of something that's lost on time, really, like, or lost in time, not on time. That doesn't usually make sense. So lost in time. As long as you don't own those really tight pants that Hondo had in the Hurricane commercial, we're fine. So don't make that. Do not make that. All right. You can't make that on 3D printer, right? You can't make clothes, right?
You want to laugh?
You can't make tight purple pants.
I want to make a 7-inch figure, and then with the mask on it, and I order Barbie for Gloria Baker.
Okay.
And Lisa helped me to order it. Lisa laughed me out. You order a Barbie. And now I have a sewing machine to make clothes over. So everybody laughed me out. Yeah, you make clothes, but wait when I finish.
No, definitely. I just don't want to see you in skin tight purple pants. So, or anybody for that matter, really. I remember that commercial when it didn't, when I was a kid, it didn't, I was like, oh, Hurricane's there. But then I remember when I rewatched it when I was older, I was like, I don't like this. It's like, they got a little too realistic with it. So, but no, so you're going to be working on larger scale figures then? So
Yeah.
that's what you're getting at? Okay. And you're starting with Gloria.
Yeah, I ordered a Barbie doll, and then I make the clothes, and then the mask.
Okay, that'll be interesting. So what are you thinking, like, for the other characters? Like, would you go for like older GI Joes, or would you go Ken, like Ken doll? Like, hey, what are you thinking on that?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no thought to think about it. Every time I make one time Drake, if I make a rabbit, ook 6 inch, van een WE figure. So some figure, you pull the head off, all the head on, mask on, all the clothes on, and you get a figure. So yeah, I want really first I do Gloria, and then I think further what I want.
Okay.
I must make clothes. Everybody laugh at me, and also my mother. She say, "Yeah, you play with toys every time." So every time I take pictures in the forest, everybody laugh at me, and then stand up. They see me, all the tattoos, and they think, "Oh shit." People don't understand it.
It happens. It's no fault of yours. It's just the way the world is.
Yeah,
I know. I'm fortunate enough that when, like, my parents were here for the first time since COVID hit last week, helping us take care of Liam. And my mom would come up here and just kind of ask me about, what are some of the new things you have in here, and same thing with my dad. Like they would ask about it because they watch the show, which is nice. My mom's part of like the 2% female audience that watches the show, along with Lisa and Darcy.
Yeah.
But it's nice that they can look at like the upbringing that they had for me, and go, you know what? Even though he's a little crazy with all the stuff behind him, he's making the show that makes people happy and helps, bring back nostalgia, and they really appreciate that and like that. When I first started the at least this portion of it, with the Behind the Mask, they didn't really understand how YouTube really worked, and so they were a little like confused. But once I showed them, I was like, look, I'm talking with Doug Stone, I'm talking with the super collector Andy, I'm talking with Wes, who does not only super collections, but all this other stuff that he has going on, like all the 3D printing, and and he's like in talking about it and bringing it all together. It really, it's really something that I think they really get. And for you, while you said like you have a lot, but think about it in the terms of like with your son. It's going to, not only does he love it already, but eventually this is, it's an investment in time that eventually pass to him at some point. If you let him play with them,
he has all collection, all the short masks. He gets also. He get the one you break, the collider mask. He get also.
Yeah.
You get everything.
I'm still haunted by that, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
But for Liam, I got him. So I got him his own Thunderhawk, his own Switchblade, and his own Condor to start with. He's still not there yet. Like I let him hold them, but he still puts everything in his mouth. So he's not playing with them yet. But so I have that ready for him. But like everything behind me here, eventually is going to go to him at some point. And it's not about money. It's not about
No.
It's not about that at all. For me, everything behind me is a memory. And yeah, there's some new stuff behind me that I didn't have when I was a kid, but it's all about memories, and it's all about what we can pass on to other generations. And
for me it's passed on, and the masks the stays alive. But the movie comes out, I don't think it comes out, but if the movie comes out, I hope it's good. But I think people don't have the age like us. They think it's a bad Transformer movie or something.
I talked about that a little bit, I think, with Michael, in the retro blasting episode where, we were like, it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard to resurrect it in that fashion. When they resurrected it with a comic, it was, comics not the really form of media that it's hard to really take that as a jumping point and move forward. I think it'll be okay. I just wish there'd be something out of it. I reached out to the director in the studio and just wanting to talk M.a.s.k. in general, and I just haven't really been able to get any kind of answers. But it's people like you, it's people like Brian, it's people like Lisa and Darcy, it's people like all these people that are in the community and keeping it moving forward. That's what's most important to me. Yeah. We had that new website out, Mask Force. That's a really cool website.
I saw it. I'm also on that.
It's a really cool website. Oh, lost your video there.
Yeah, dat was mijn battery.
That's okay. But I should get back to work, Wes. I have another meeting coming up at 11. This is my lunch break, but I appreciate you hopping on and giving some insights on your creations and your collection. And again, when the transport comes, it might not be a really long episode, but I'm going to need you on camera to help me put it together. So before we close out, though, is there anything else you wanted to talk about or say?
Yeah, I want to thank James Morgan, Dre Drucker, and Cliff Decker for all the things that they helped me out. And effort for everybody that keeps life, keep M.a.s.k. alive, and you and KOWEC especially. Every time I have a bad temper, KOWEC he slowed me down. So I want to thank you all people.
No, it's appreciated, and I want you to stay safe and healthy and keep creating. So until next time, this is Bill. That's Wes. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to help keep M.a.s.k. alive. And we'll talk to you later.
That's cool.
Spectrum's got such